Marami nga naging isyu ang ating kababayan na si Casimero dahil sa sobrang yabang nito. Pero hindi naman natin na may kakailan na meron naman talaga itong ibubuga at ipagmamayabang pagdating sa loob ng entablado. Taong 2021 nga ay meron ang ating kababayan na si Angas ng Pinas na si Casimero na makakatapat na isang negrong Amerikano na sobrang yabang at sobrang minamaliit nga nito ang mga Filipinong boksingero, hindi nga ito at pinalagpas ng ating kababayan at sinabayan ito ng kay-abangan. Kahit nga may likas na pagkahambog itong si Casimero at mahal na mahal nito ang ating bansang Pilipinas kaya naman sobrang pinagtanggol nito ang Pilipinas nang maliitin ito ng hambog na Amerikano. Ginanap nga ang kanilang laban sa California kung saan ay tarima ng kalaban ng ating kababayan, pinaglalabanan nga nila dito ay isang championship sa bantamweight. Sa round 1 pa nga lang ay gigil na itong si Casimero at talaga namang hindi nito binibigyan ng pagkakataon makabawi ang hambog na Amerikano.
Casimero says he believes his work rate is going to help him ring out. He threw 60 punches per round in his last fight against Duke Mike, but normally he only averages 39 per round. We'll see which Casimero shows up.
Yeah, and because Casimero's a point, you know, he can't get discouraged. He's going to be doing a lot of missing tonight, especially to get a defensive.
Casimero went so far as to say he'd get him out by the third round of first fight. Punch ahead. Well, Rigging down his last fight, started out round 1 against Solis, brawling on the inside.
Now you got to be careful because you know Rigondeaux is just setting up a punch. He's waiting for the right punch, especially that left hand.
Has ever worked with. That's saying something. Yeah, that's for sure. Roddy's one of the nice fighters. Right hand there by Casimero. Casimero! And Rigondeaux's hand is down. Run up there. Run up there. Oh, Casimero again on the attack. Rigondeaux trying to hang on. Rigondeaux's been down 4 times in his career. Good start by the belt holder. Casimero just belted Rigondeaux with another left hand as we go to round 2. Against Luis Lazarte for punching to the back of the head.
Sa kagitnaan nga ng laban ay dito natin makikita kung gaano kabagsik at kalakas ang nag-iisang Angas ng Pinas.
But then again, Rigondeaux is not throwing that jab.
And Casimero unloading that right uppercut. Oh, there's a sniper-like straight left hand down the middle by Rigondeaux. Is the one he's competing in right now. Time will tell. And boy, another beautifully executed left hand by Rigondeaux.
That's 2 in a row. When you look at the tempo now, Casimero being more.
A minute and a half gone here in the second. Counter. This is more. He had this in mind. A minute left in the second.
Look at the tempo right now. It's really calm. It's what Rigondeaux wants it now. So he's got more time to think now.
Yep.
He's in the outside. He's waiting for the right time.
Oh, beautiful lead left hook to the liver by Casimero.
Casimero was doing in the first round, and then in the beginning of the second one.
But it's the sweet science. It's about hitting and not getting hit. Rigondeaux, one of the best. That lefty being bantamweight belt holder. He, in fact, has won titles in 3 weight classes, and then winning the 118-pound title in 2019.
And you know, Zolani Tete is kind of Rigondeaux light, and Casimero was able to get him with some right hands.
Yeah, Casimero, the 4th Filipino fighter to win titles in 3 weight classes. And what's also interesting for Casimero is that he's carried his punching power with him as he's moved up in weight.
Continue to do that all night. But the question is, like you said, well, can he do that for 12 rounds? The former Rigondeaux. This is the 3rd round. He can still get away with this. And the question here is going to be how much Rigondeaux can punch from this posture. If he can throw punches and counterpunch, then of course he can win round. At all. He is not cutting off the ring at all against Rigondeaux. Pan Am Games, I was 17 years old. The man was close to his 30s. Yeah. But I mean, same thing, same scenario. He was moving all around the ring. I couldn't catch him. And it's three rounds. So Casimero has.
The bell and round 4, and when it comes to judging a bout of this nature with all of that running, the judges earn their keep, right out.
Don't ask. This is tough. And you know, remember I mentioned for Rigondeaux himself has only thrown 61.
To make that investment to the body, as you've mentioned as well, but the investment to the body will be one way if you can tag him after to slow him down. Oh, and Rigondeaux comes back.
They both throw that body shot at the same time.
Lead left hand by Rigondeaux.
Watch the camera, guy.
Minute and a half left here in the 4th. Casimero trying to find a way to.
Well, he can, but if you don't keep him busy, at least with the jab from Casimero, for many reasons, you want to keep him busy, keep that hand entertained.
Although against southpaws,
and it may not land a lot. Yeah. And the feints now coming from Rigondeaux. And here's the interesting thing. The power punch of Casimero. 10 seconds, top of the bell. 10 seconds.
no nonsense. Always gets right to the point, Al, I have to agree with his sentiments in the corner of Rigondeaux.
Rounds that way. We'll probably see him in there. You see him trying to counterpunch more early in the round. Ronnie Shield now wants him to, sit in the center of the ring, throw more punches. And a couple of those rounds, the left hand's right up.
A couple of rights holding on to that. Right up. Abner is someone who has been trying to do a better job of in terms of trying to cut off the ring.
Well, exactly that. Do not let him out. And once that hand touches, believe me, the right hand. But I always said if my lead hand touches his face, his body, believe me, my right hand, he's done it a few times. He's got to, as Abner said, he's got to try and get that punch limbered. And for Rigondeaux,
he's an uppercut and another right hand by Casimero.
13 punches, so, it's going to be just tough for them to give him the round.
There's a body shot by Casimero.
for that. He told Rigondeaux, hey, make sure you just get in the center of the ring.
He called Central Casting. They sent him the wrong Rigondeaux. Evaded a bit as well, although now going to the body with the right hand.
Yeah, but those fighters were really well defensively, but offensively also. They'll come back with great punches. And I think that this is what frustrates the fans and people. I mean, if he was defensive, counter punches just like that, 1-2 punches.
Look at here. This is a stationary Rigondeaux, and it's up to Casimero to make it work right there, Final minute of the 6th. Nearing the midway point of this championship match. Casimero putting his 118-pound strap. And a point, Casimero's only thrown 24 punches in this round. And part of that is due to Rigondeaux. But even when Rigondeaux was stationary, so he's not super active either in this round. There's a counter left by Casimero in the silver with orange trim, the challenger Rigondeaux in the white and gold. Are you ready for the biggest drama of the fight thus far? Let's bring in our unofficial score, Steve Farland. How do you have it at the midway point?
Mo, I have it even. I think that we should all agree to pay the official judges double tonight. I want to give Casimero more credit than he deserves because he's the aggressor, but he has to land punches.
Let's call the whole thing off. Is that what he was saying? A minute 35 left in the 7th. Thank you, Steve, as also in part nullifying Casimero's attack, but Casimero cannot just allow Casimero kind of telling Rigondeaux, come on, let's fight. It's intriguing to me that we've had almost 7 rounds of movements from Rigondeaux. He seems capable of doing it, which is shocking at age 40.
Rigondeaux's doing the movement that he wants.
Yeah, exactly.
Not because he's being pressured to do it.
Just overthink.
And I said this, in the beginning of the fight, Casimero's going to be missing a lot.
Casimero trying to invest in the body with that right hand. That's, we've talked about its cause. Well, the weather a lot hotter than the action thus far, 70 degrees. This fight to make something happen.
Yes, sir. And I was about to say, he is good. He's effective, so he needs to throw more punches, not just one punch. Get discouraged. No, you got to throw 3-4 punches in a row. So it's also Casimero's own fault, too, to let him Rigondeaux leave. Okay, you missed there.
After the 10th round, from the 10th to the 12th round, so he does carry his power late into the fight, but our unofficial scorer, Steve Farland, has a Rigondeaux ahead now after 7. I think most boxing fans are surprised that Rigondeaux has been able to fight. Oh, there's that counter left hand. Counter left hand by Rigondeaux. And now there's that double left hook from Casimero.
spearing.
Play-by-play, Abner, just give us your assessment of what you're seeing and educate us.
Bringing down is fighting his fight, period. You know, which is use the entire ring, wait for Casimero to make mistakes. 2 or 3 punch combination. At least you're getting one of them is going to touch.
And there's one that did touch the left hand, the right, and now Casimero attempting to put pressure on Rigondeaux.
And that's how you tire an older fighter out. There it is, you keep following him.
It is actually during this amount of the fight, and when he does stand stationary, Casimero, 4 for Rigondeaux. How do you choose what you think? There's a nice left hook by Casimero that gets in, but how do you choose? But Rigondeaux saw so few punches. My goodness, he's put his hands are viewing experience to say the least. And here Casimero explodes forward, going to the body. There's a left hand by Rigondeaux, and here we've seen.
And I gotta say, I'm not hating on Rigondeaux's boxing abilities, but he was able to land more, throw more. I mean, I think the people, the fans will be more appreciative.
Rigondeaux, but he won't stand there and try and, the bull in the matador. Yeah, apparently, yes. And you can look at this fight, one of the things is the lack of jab punch would help him a little bit more if you would use it with some conviction. Footwork at the same pace as round 1. Yeah, that part is staggering. It's really surprising, and I don't think it might not be thrilling to people, but he's been able to do it. And now Casimero tries to go in. Boy, now. If a punch lands, and it's the only punch that lands in the round, you gotta give it to that fighter, right, Abner?
Of course you do.
Oh, nice left hand that lands for Rigondeaux. Here's the point. He seems convinced, or he may be saying it.
He saw a different Rigondeaux in the gym.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly right.
That well he was said. Letting his punches go. He's doing a great training.
He's clearly, even the fact that he can move this weight at age 40.
And you know what the most frustrating thing is? That Casimero is right there and he could let his hands go. But you know what the thing is that
but this isn't that kind of fight, so you don't look for it and say, oh, gee, that's going to happen. And his career high. Rigondeaux has lost just once in his career. You mentioned it. Final round. But that's it. Well, you can count on your Rigondeaux was ahead by a point, and if I saw it, it would be difficult to score.
That's by a decision, and we get interviews by the fighters, I would like to see what Ronnie Shield has to say. We'd like to get his thoughts. And as Steve Farmer aptly pointed out, sometimes one or two punches make the difference in these rounds. And they have combined for less than 500, right around 500 punches. Expect to see this. I thought we might see some boxing from Rigondeaux. I didn't expect to see it.
Casimero tried, and when he is, like here, as Abner, you astutely pointed, who leads Dignity Health Sports Park a 118-pound champion? And still champion